Just a quick tool day. I just picked up this quarter low profile socket set from Power Torque from O'Reilly. It goes from, as you can see, goes from 5 all the way to 13 millimeters. But it's a very low profile socket set. And the reason I got this is because while I was working on the Mazda 3, the EGR, I was taking it out and it was pretty tight because there's a hose or water outlet on that side, and right in front is the bolt, and on the other side is another 10 millimeters. So I struggled to get it out. I use this wrench, but even this one, as you can see, is very thin, but it was still pretty big trying to get in there. And not only that, that bolt, it's like really on the side, so even the regular 10 millimeter wrench wouldn't fit on there, the flexible that I have. So I ended up picking up this guy because it was a smaller ratchet. And even though I got this one after I already did the job, I want to talk about this one real quick because it's something no one has talked about. And even though this is a nice kit, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. You can watch those videos, but the reason I wanted this is because I wanted the longer ratchet in this size right here. And I went ahead and tried this one like this on a ground that was on there. It was pretty tight and it was only at 10 millimeters. But when I try pulling on it, this thing just kind of came out and went right into the ground. So I noticed that this is very shallow right here. If you look at it, it doesn't go very deep. Right there, that's like as deep as it goes right there. So this would definitely need a longer depth in order to hold it better, and this would obviously need to be longer if you want an actual longer one, or maybe use it like this, but you're gonna have to wrap tape on this if you want to get something that's pretty far in, because if not, it's just gonna come out. So I didn't like that about it. Other than that, it's a pretty nice ratchet set, but I think it's gonna be better on tighter stuff where you just need this one. If you want to use the longer one, that's kind of both ends are actually the same, so I think it would definitely work better if it was farther in, so it holds better. So that was my downside to it. I really like the button here to change the angle. And the reason I went to O'Reilly's is because I had seen something, some ratchets that were this small. That was a long time ago. I think it was O'Reilly or Addison, I forget which one. I had seen a bunch of these small ratchets, but I couldn't find anything that's this small, but one whole piece. So that's the only thing about this ratchet that I ended up having a little bit of an issue with. But I mean, other than that, it works fine on small stuff. And this is something I had bought a long time ago from Harbor Freight too, so I can use these if I need them. But I have the other socket set, the I think it's the Castleman quarter socket set that I use, and it's been pretty good. I have used it a lot. And then, of course, I remember I had this ratchet. I had forgotten I had this one, which is the Easy Red. But actually, even this one is too big to get in to that spot where I was. So you can see the difference here. I mean, that's still pretty chunky. So you definitely need something this small for those 10 millimeters. And that's why I've been looking for something like this with the button. I thought Vim had them, but I don't see them anymore. But I like the button, and I like to look into something that's more solid just because of that. This one's fine in that sense, if you need it for small stuff. But I just wanted to point that out because this thing just ended up flipping right into the ground. So, in this one, it's just not. The head is just still too big for a quarter ratchet. This is nice because I have the extendable on it, but for something really tight, you definitely need a tiny ratchet. And As you can see, the heads here. So that is a big difference. And that's the 3/8. So let me show you. Even if I get the other one, it's still pretty bulky to get in there because it's pretty wide. So this one's really nice because of the slim size, but definitely prefer the solid one piece. If anybody knows who else makes them, let me know. Put them in the comments. I'm just curious. I don't need it now, but yeah, I'll keep an eye for something like that. That's like longer, but on this size or the smaller size. So let me open this up and kind of see what we got here. So here is the 5mm on the tiny ratchet. Let me see if I can get a better look at it. Come on, focus already. Anyways, it's really, really tiny. If I can just get this to focus, come on. Alright, let's try that. Anyways, it's really hard to see since it's really small. Because it's chrome, it's also hard to see the numbers even though they are stamped. But that's how short that is. So let me show you the big one, or the bigger one here. Well, that thing just came out. So this is the only other annoying part about this ratchet, because it doesn't have the button on the top. This thing always comes out with the other socket, so hang on. Alright, that's better. So here is the 13. Yeah, 13, yep. So, it works pretty good with this. Even though it's low profile, you can see it's still quite not as low as you would think. But you can probably put it on the other type of wrench where this goes into it. I didn't get that. This is all I have. But this would be probably enough for me to get in there. So, to where I need to get on that tent, for example, that was giving me a hard time. Other than that, I would probably end up using tape, or if I can find the Vim. I'm still thinking or debating to take this back or not, because uh, even though it's going to be good for very, very tight spaces, the size, I don't know. I'm still debating whether I want to keep that or not, because I do prefer the long one just because of the size and because I'm going to need a little more length in order to get to something that's that tight, or not tight, but hidden. That bolt, or those two bolts, are just like way down there, and you have to take everything off, and it's still pretty tight. I mean, that's if you want to do it with the hose on. You could take all that out, but I didn't want to take out all the coolant and all that good stuff, so that's why I did it this way. So there you go, just a quick tool haul there. Not tool haul, but just, well, yeah, this I got not too long ago, and this one I got today. So this is the only one I've seen as far as the low profile sockets. I was looking on Amazon, but I didn't really find too much on the quarter size. Also, the quarter size ratchets doesn't seem to have a lot of these tiny ones. I remember seeing a lot at the store before, but all of a sudden I don't see them. So I guess it's just one of those things. You just kind of gotta keep looking and see where you can find them.